What if being unapologetically me is exactly what sets someone else free? I'm Melinda Dawn, your host of Unapologetically Yours. And if you're watching me, you will notice that got some fancy earrings on to match the crown I'm wearing. But the crown I'm wearing is actually my son's crown. And underneath it is my silk wrap thing. And so I wanted to wear a crown, but I didn't want to undo my head wrap. Funnily, can I use that word? I think so. Is it funny? It was very curious. My 6-year-old woke up in the middle of the night. He's the last person to do that. I actually came upstairs in my oldest son's room to do this, to not wake up anyone downstairs. My oldest actually fell asleep on the couch, but don't worry, he's all tucked in nice. So anyway, I came upstairs and started to write out some of the thoughts that I had that was keeping me up, or thoughts that I had when I was awake and started scrolling. And anyway, my 6-year-old woke up and he looked for me all over the house and found me, and then he just kept looking at this crown on my head, which is really his. So I thought that was funny. I got him to lay down in his bed, and so I'm gonna continue, and I believe he is asleep. So I woke up probably about 1. Well, that's not even accurate. Do I even sleep? I don't know what to tell you. I have been awake, woken up multiple times. Some of it is my daughter shifting. Yes, co-sleeping is real in this house. And some of it was my mind just going, right? And so anyway, when I officially got up, I reached across to get my phone, right, off the charger. And I started looking at a couple things. I don't even remember I think it was on Instagram. But Instagram is connected to Threads. So sometimes some of the stories, some of which are not real, will have my interest peaked, which is the whole goal, right? And so I'll shoot over to Threads. And so I went down a Threads rabbit hole, and the thing that ended my rabbit hole search was someone talking about Dungeons and Dragons. And what I need you to understand is that for years I've wanted to play and not known that that's like a thing like IRL in real life going on now. In fact, I know several people from my house church group, previous house church group, they play, and I was so jealous. Y'all, I was so jealous, and I wanted in, and I don't know that I made it clear that I wanted in as much as I did. Someone even bought me Dungeon and Dragon dice for my birthday with a totally different friend, not related to this particular group. They're lavender dice. They're beautiful. And when I tell you, maybe that's something that I can do during the times, I don't know, that I'm up in the middle of the night, like I can be playing with whoever's like across the pond, you know? Or if there are just people, you know, wherever they are in you know, in this country, right, who play. I want in, y'all. Like, my imagination, I'm telling you what, I am ready. I think I'm ready. Should I be ready? Am I ready? Dungeon and Dragons players, where are you? D&D, yo, like, I know that there's different characters. Oh my gosh, I bring a wealth of nothing is impossible for me energy. So I'm looking for a team, man. And I'll think I'll do some research. I'll do some research on it because I just want it with my whole heart. And that must mean it's for me. um, oh yeah, so then the other thing is if you're watching me, I think I might have mentioned the earrings because I was looking pretty, I don't know, not the greatest. So I decided to get some earrings that match the stones in my son's thing. And then my head's bigger than my son's, right? And so I Jimmy rigged it. Oh no, is that a racial? Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm black, right? I'm black and white, so I'm allowed. Am I allowed? I am allowed to say certain things, promise you. But no offense. Oh my gosh, for any of my audience members that are, I don't know, born in the early 1900s, if that is offensive to you. Yeah. Anyway, I rigged this crown using two of my other kids' hair ties. So anyway, I'm not going to show you. So that's that. But oh my gosh, I want to. Is there anybody else who just like really, I don't know, you need a player? Maybe your person. No, I don't want to fill the hole of someone who's passed away. But I don't know. Y'all are just looking. Maybe the other person was a jerk. And so y'all need a replacement. I could be that replacement because I'm not a jerk. So anyway, I'm excited about that coming into my future. I'm manifesting D&D, y'all. So the other thing that got me in a loop or, the rabbit hole is I was reading, this guy made a comment and it was funny. So yesterday, because it's already December 2nd. Can you believe it? It's December 2nd. The year is basically over. And so this guy, his name is, it's either Alan or Adam Black Rhino. I think it's Alan, Alan. He's in St. Pete, but his posts say Tampa. I guess that's for everybody else, who's not in Florida. But he's a photographer / AI guy, which he got some flack on that, which not for me. And then I guess he's starting the dating world thing, and so he's on, what was it, Tinder? Gross. So anyway, he put his profile out there, but the post that caught my attention was December 1st. Basically, it was something like, happy we didn't have a hurricane, or happy like official day of hurricane season is over, which is absolutely true. And there was so much applause in his comment section. Meanwhile, I wrote, meanwhile, our tree service business, crickets, right? So we didn't have like really any storms this year. And so people who are in the tree service industry, I'm with you in solidarity. I feel you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Meanwhile, there's this 19-year-old named Tiger who's got 5 crews, his own tree service company, and yeah, he's doing amazing things, 6 figures per month, kind of amazing things. And so you found the secret. Share your secrets? Is that fair to ask? Is that fair to ask? Like, I feel like there's enough for everyone, right? So anyway, yeah, if you're willing, Tiger, my best friend knows you. If she hears this and watches this, then she'll be asking if you're willing to share your secrets, because I'm willing to listen and implement them. What else? Oh yeah, so I went to my Instagram saves in order to find something else that I was going to share, which was very inspiring, especially for me being new to this space of putting myself out there. And, eventually I definitely am not just video journaling or audio journaling like for myself. I'm doing it for you, but I'm also doing it for my family. I'm doing it to put myself out there, to be vulnerable, to encourage other people, but also like my kids. The things that I am learning, I'm sharing with you, I'm sharing with them, and monetization is definitely on the list, right? That is a goal of many. I'll say a bigger goal than that is to be able to be in front of so many women. So many women in, we'll say it, an arena where I'm just pouring into them and I'm feeding them, and they're being nourished in return. They're being encouraged in return. They're being inspired in return. They're being moved, they're being moved to tears. They're being moved to laughter. And they're being moved to shift something in their life, probably some way that they do or don't take care of themselves, so that they can start taking care of themselves, so they can begin to, just matter so much that they have joy, that they're self-fulfilling, That's what I want. So, when I went to Instagram, there was a post that came up. And the thing is, this post is not a reflection of the state of my marriage, which I'm very grateful for. Also, the whole Threads thing about, the dating apps, I was so glad to not be in that space. So glad to not really know really the full details of what's happening. But there are people in my life who, over the years I've witnessed, who have been married unhappily, who are unhappily married, who are married and looking for the happily ever after through counseling and different things like that. So multiple couples in this scenario, these scenarios, a very, very, very special person in my life is divorced. And it's so painful. It's painful. And it's painful because there are kids involved. And the trajectory of the life that she thought they did have and that those kids thought that they had isn't what's happening. However, I am determined to love them and encourage them and to pray for them and to send loving vibes to them. I had like a pause hesitation, and it's because I was part of this ARC group, so advanced reader copy. I don't know if C means copy or not, but you get an advanced copy of an author's book, and there was a series which I in part neglected because I went out of the country and did this amazing thing and I was not ready. And I thought if I just kept all the emails as new, then I could just get back to it, but a lot of the links expired. Ladies, authors, if you're out there, Tiffany Noel Chacon, if you by any chance see this or somebody tells you about this, and the fact that I mentioned your name, please tell those ladies I am so sorry. Maybe I will go on Facebook group and apologize. That's what I shall do. But anyway, there was a theme, and it was, I think it was like 12 Days of Christmas was a theme, and they wrote the premise behind it was that Mrs. Claus, right, Santa's wife, would receive letters, and they were looking for like a matchup, so it was like mission operation mistletoe, something like that, right? And so a person would write Mrs. Claus, dear Mrs. Claus, my friend, went through a horrific divorce and she's got 2 beautiful kids and she's afraid to put her heart out there, and she's surviving. She's surviving, and I want her to thrive, and I want her to know that she's so worthy of love and protection and fidelity. And will you help her believe in herself and believe in love again? Basically, like, that would be part of my letter if I was writing a Dear Mrs. Claus, help my person find true love after heartbreak. There'd be a lot more words about how amazing this woman is, how gorgeous she is, how intelligent, intellectual, giving, caring, serving, fit. She's fit. How she keeps her head up for her children, how she shows up for her children and for herself, and how she shows up at work. Yeah. I love you. I love you so much. If you ever see this one day, or hear this one day, I know that you already know that I love you. And, you matter. What I want to share is this post that I saw. Dang it. I hope this cup, I had hoped that that cup that was there had water. It does not. Alright, so anyway. Okay. That was an unexpected turn. The reason that I shared that story is because what I'm going to read is a post that I saw, which was done by Love Securely, altogether, and the reason I think it's on my feed is not because my marriage is in trouble. It is because I communicate with people whose relationships sometimes are rocky, and I have absolutely experienced a rockiness in my marriage and am grateful that it has not come to this point. And what I want to say is, it doesn't always come to this point for there to be divorce, and it could come to this point and end up in divorce, but the one person just not even ever know that their partner was looking at them in this light. So I'm just going to read it because maybe it'll help somebody. So, contempt in marriage. How does this happen? Small resentments go unnoticed. And really, y'all, there was one of these lines that I changed and put it into my own language, but this is straight from them, so they get all the credit. Again, Love Securely. So, small resentments go unnoticed. Negative thoughts become patterns, the ones that you have about your partner. You stop seeing the good qualities. Everything they do irritates you. You start feeling superior to them, and contempt becomes your default response. So I was very excited when the next slide indicated how to stop it. So address the resentments before they build. Remember what you respect about them. Take ownership for your part. That was the line that I slightly adjusted. Get individual therapy to work on your contempt. And then another thing that excited me, I said ooh for both of those. Ooh, if you're on the receiving end of contempt, name it. So you would say something like, when you roll your eyes at me, I feel, or not at me, they didn't put that part. When you roll your eyes, I feel. Oh no, I just realized my husband thinks oh my gosh, I roll my eyes sometimes. Oh, Jacob, I'm so sorry. It is not in contempt. Is it in contempt? It is in annoyance. It is in frustration. Oh my gosh. Okay, so babe, and you have told me. All right, so anyway, you name it. Y'all see, I'm imperfect. All right, then there's another suggestion, which is setting a boundary. And then you would say something like, I won't continue this conversation while you're mocking me. And on here, I'm going to add my 2 cents, which is, you don't have to attend every fight you're invited to. I'm just going to leave that right there. All right, so then the other suggestion was demand change or consider leaving. And then the post goes on to say that contempt requires immediate intervention. The moment you start treating your partner with disgust and superiority, you've entered into relationship ending territory. And contempt shows the relationship is over, at least in your mind, and your body is just waiting to catch up. So get help immediately, because contempt does not get better on its own. So that's that. Now, I want to shift real quick because there was something else that I wanted to share. What's interesting is parenting. Parenting is fun, and it's hard work, and it's rewarding. Oh my gosh, there are rewards. There are rewards. So, my kids have been seeing me in crowns, right? And, like tiaras. And my son, who is 6, almost 7, who whispered in my ear, I'm a man. Tonight, after he received his crown. So anyway, he told me he wanted a crown, and why didn't he have one? And could he get one? And yes, absolutely, you can get one. And so I ordered a set of 4. This is one of the things, minus the silk cap thing that's underneath the scarf. Though there is one. Oh, you know what? He gave it to my oldest son, and I'm in my oldest son's room. So this is the other one, right? Pretty nice. It actually kind of looks like what I've got going on with my scarf underneath. And so this one did not work for my 6-year-old, so he brought it upstairs to gift to my oldest son. Little does he know, which is probably a good thing, I got my oldest son one with the lion in the front. So I'm gonna have to see if I can get a better one for my 6-year-old. But anyway, there was also a tiara type one. I'm listening because I thought I heard more sounds. So the person I was expecting to wake up would be my 3-year-old daughter. Okay, so parenting and modeling. So my kids have been seeing me with the crowns and the tiaras and stuff, and my 6-year-old wanted one, so I got it, and it arrived today, and they've been diligently working on cleaning up the living room in order to receive the prize of looking at and trying on the crowns. But another thing that I wanted to share is something that I saw with Dr. Martin. So Raquel Martin, PhD, I've talked about her in the past as well. She did this post, and it was ultimately what to say when someone criticizes you, right? And then the answer is you thank them. You say thank you. And so the critique that my kids have been saying, some of it is potentially, from sibling issues, right? When you've got the dynamics of, a large age gap, we'll say. But also some of this is from school, things that other kids say that they come home saying. And one of the things is, you're a crybaby. And so in the past, I have, instructed my kids, if someone says something, right, derogatory, that really what I want them to do is hold on to the truth. And so I'll say that, what is the truth, right? Because another not nice, well, very mean thing is, you're not my mom, or you're not my sister, you're not my brother. You know, I've been teaching them that their words matter, that there's power and influence in their words. And today we had multiple conversations about this, and I had them recite after me that, I have the power, right, with my words, but I'm going to use my power for good. So this is what I want for them. And so the other thing, though, is instead of what I think prior thing is, if someone calls you a name, right, that's, I don't know, they say, I don't like your blue hair. Of course you don't have blue hair. Just say, that's silly, or you're not my friend. That's silly. Or you're a crybaby. That's silly, right? But then after watching this video of Dr. Martin, I was like, oh, what if you just say thank you? One, that's going to really dispel everything. It's going to just cut through all of the stuff. If you say thank you to an insult, now she also has a follow-up there, which I gave to my kids as well, but it stops the other person in their track. They realize they didn't get a rise out of you, and whatever it was that they were looking for their dopamine hit, to attack you or your character, just sort of fizzles away, and they can move on to their next intended victim, but you will not be their victim. So it's thank you. And I think I will attempt to go through that with y'all. But so you're a crybaby. Thank you. I've worked really hard at expressing my feelings. So thank you. And I ran a couple scenarios with the kids together, and my son has been doing the other thing. That's just silly. And so he was like, well, that's not how I do it. Okay, honey, that's okay. But this is how mommy wants you to try it for a bit. And so all day he refused. And there was a moment where his little sister did something, they were at each other, and she said it, and he tried his way, that silly bit, and then they were just, no, I'm not, yes you are, no, I'm not, yes you are, and he started crying, and he was very hurt. And so I comforted him. I also talked to both of them and comforted her. What's going on here? Why are you saying these things to each other? Why? Because something else happened. And really all behavior is communication, right? Words are communication. But the things people say and do, they are communicating something. And what is that communication, if you're paying attention, communicating to you? And what shifts maybe can you make? What adjustments can you make? Not necessarily to appease them and their behavior, especially if it's, quote, bad. I try not to look at things as bad or good, even though I know some things are truly vile and even truly pure. Anyway, the point is I don't live in a space of that's bad. Is it? You don't know yet. Is it good? I don't know. Let's figure it out. Let's look for some more context clues. Anyway, I comforted both of them, and I asked questions. And so let me see if I can pull up this thing on Instagram. I believe actually I saved it, which reminds me I didn't share you that other post, which I will, the one that I was encouraged by as a content creator, I guess you can call me that. I am creating content. I'm sharing my life. Let me just read this first. This is a very ADHD moment that I missed getting to, but here it is. So that's great. All right. So this is the thing where I don't know how to pronounce it. I just don't. Love Chanelonge. So it's love, Love, and then it could be Chanel. Maybe it's wait, does she say his name in here? Anyway, Chanel, or yeah, Chanelle, and then NJE. Freaking A. I don't know what it is. So, okay. Here it is. And it's a picture of them, and it's so beautiful. Oh, it's such a great photo. She's behind him, leaning over him with her arm over his chest, right? Basically, like at his heart center. It appears like he's sitting in a chair, and he's got his hands over her hand, and then she's leaning in on one side, and her chin is basically like resting on his other shoulder, but like underneath her hand. Anyway, it's beautiful. They're a glorious looking couple. Okay, so I'm gonna read this to you, and it was very encouraging for me, and I hope it's very encouraging to you too. We almost quit this content journey. I was filling out applications for marketing jobs. Dother was Ubering. I went back to braiding hair. The fitness money was drying up, and the bills weren't slowing down. It felt like we were starting over from nothing. Then a random $25 Facebook check showed up. I didn't even know I was monetized, but that tiny check lit something in me. Dother was headed out to Uber, and I said, stay home. Let's lock in for 30 days. One last push. That first week, silence. We were posting every day, and it felt like nobody cared. Week 2, we got one viral video. The rest flopped. And then week 3 happened. The Ken doll prank changed everything. Over 40 million views across platforms. It even started a trend on TikTok. People binge watched our whole 30-day grind. Comments were full of, how have I never seen y'all? And y'all are hilarious. In 1 month, we grew over 300,000 followers. Our payout covered our bills, and the momentum led us to the Dear Future Wifey podcast and doors we didn't even pray for yet. People see the viral moment, but not the tears, the doubt, the late nights, the 10-view videos. But here's the truth. Sometimes God lets you hit empty to see if you'll keep going without applause, to see if you'll trust Him when you can't see the outcome. Do not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time you will reap a harvest if you do not give up. Galatians 6:9. We almost quit right before the harvest. I thank God we didn't. If you're in that quiet season, keep going. Your testimony is on the other side. So I got choked up a little bit reading that, because it's beautiful. It's beautiful for them. It's beautiful for some of y'all out there who maybe are on the precipice, the brink of quitting, the brink of questioning whether or not you should continue. I've been there. I've been there like yesterday. And I'm not staying for 300,000 followers. I'm not. That said, I'm excited to reach 50 followers. I'm excited. I can't wait till I reach 24 followers. I've got 23. And it's going to be wonderful when it happens, right? When people, someone, the right person, the one sees me, for the first time, hears about me, finds me. And when they go back and look at or listen to the other things that I've done, like, that's exciting. I'm excited for that moment for someone else, and yeah, to see that I've been here and I've been consistent, and I'm gonna say it, I'm here to stay. I'm saying that for my own self. And then I looked around like, is this true? Yes, it's true. It's true. I'm showing up. I'm showing up for me. And I'm showing up for you. So, now to Raquel Martin, PhD. Let me check again my saved list because I hope it's there. I love Shabazz Says. Oh my gosh, he's so funny. All right. Expectations for therapy versus other interventions. Y'all, let me turn down my volume so this thing doesn't pop up. I'm just gonna search this content. All right. When holiday advice causes harm, that's not the one that I'm reading. All right, I'm gonna excuse the lean. Oh man, I lost my light. That's my cell phone flash. Rats, did it again. Okay, it's on an angle. Y'all just give me a second. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should look at my likes. So your activity. There we go. I should be able to find it more easily, more quickly. Maybe. Maybe not. What? It's not in my likes. Am I in the right? I am in the right profile. As I'm looking through this, I'm seeing other things that I had saved that are hilarious, and so that's why I'm chuckling. Destiny Sanders, I'm so sorry about your puppy. I call all dogs puppies, y'all. So, I'm so sorry for your loss, sweetie. I love you. All right. I have been following some new people. There's one, she's a director. I absolutely am going to say this wrong. So, I'm not, I'll just, Raekua. Oh, which looks like it's the end of, maybe it's Requa. That's my hope. Sometimes I'm really good, just like accidentally pronouncing something correctly. She is a director, and anyway, I love her. Black female director, and yeah, just follow her. Just look at her stuff. It's, especially, I'm just gonna say, if you're black and you're a woman, I'm just gonna say that. I'll just put that out there. All right. Okay, so anyway, I don't want to get lost in all of this scrolling. Jordan the Stallion 8, I just love him. And I'm gonna save this video. I don't even know what this is. Okay, he's great. All right, he's the one with that tenderism. I mean, he's got so much stuff. He just throws his glasses when he eats food. It's great. Because it's so good. He's a foodie like me. All right, let's make some adjustments, and boom. So I couldn't find that particular thing, but anyway. Oh, you're so conceited. Thank you. Thank you. I finally know and understand my worth. You're so bossy. Thank you. I decided a long time ago that I was going to be assertive and not let people walk all over me. If y'all can see my face right now. I mean, some of you can. Ask your provider of choice to add video to the podcasting world, okay? What was something else? This again is things that I have. Oh, I didn't get a chance to talk to JD about that. Anyway, They come for you, you say thank you, and that'll just shut them right the up. Okay? So try it. Try it. Oh, you're just so sensitive. Thank you so much. I love being in touch with my feelings and being emotionally intelligent. All right. That is what I've got for tonight. And I hope all some one of the things that I shared mattered to you or connected with you. I hope something resonated with you in a way that it will have you contemplating what your next move is, what your next pursuit is. Like, even if it's something that sounds silly, like Dungeons and Dragons. I don't think it's silly at all. And I really, maybe I just need to build my own Dungeons and Dragons group. All right, I'm super serious about this. I feel like I just gotta look up what all the characters are and what the things are. 2026, y'all. Let's do it. Somebody who wants to do it. I don't care who you are, where you live. Let's do this. Please message me about that. I am super serious. I invite you to comment, to reach out. I invite you to, if this is the first time you've listened to me or the 30th time, I'm in the 50s, y'all. I think this will be number 53. Oh, I invite you to listen to my other stuff. I invite you to share this episode, other episodes with people that you know. You know what my biggest invite is? I'm trying to thrash. Oh my Lord. This is, it's a combination of cross and threshold. I would really love to cross the threshold of 23 followers to over 25. Can you have someone follow me? Can you send this one. Send one of my other ones that you really liked. Thank you, Isha, also for inviting your kids to follow me and listen to my stuff. I hope they enjoyed the one that you and I just did, which I think was just yesterday. The day before yesterday, considering today is Tuesday now. I'm in Tuesday, and I'm wide awake. Y'all, I am wide awake. Maybe I could use this time to research Dungeons and Dragons. Okay. Please share me with someone who'll get me, who is someone who I get based on the things that I say, because maybe, just maybe, they need another friend, and I'm offering that friendship through this podcast and through this one-sided conversation. But it also feels like you're with me. And that's nice. Maybe I'll start drinking tea. My husband's on a tea kick. Which means we're going to have a lot of tea in our house. And it means Christmas is going to look a little different. Instead of, which he has been using the French press that we have for coffee. But I might have to get him the machine that. So we went to a friend's, and it was a game night. It was so fun. And she is very serious about her tea. And she has a machine that will perfectly give you, based on the tea that you have, the temperature that you need. So, for some tea it's 212 degrees. I don't know which one that is. For others, it's 195 degrees. And so my husband didn't used to like green tea. Turns out he was just overcooking it. So that's why it didn't taste good. And now he knows. And now that he does know, again, to the point, I may have to get him one of those temperature regulated machines so that he could do the tea properly, if I know what's good for me. or a good thermometer. I don't know. All right. That's it. I'm going to close out. And I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for this time to talk to you. And I remain unapologetically yours. And I'm going to hope that by pressing this spacebar, it's going to end this.